be starting with a keynote speech from the CEO of GMind and co-founder, that is Dr. Success Ojo. She is the host of this program. Okay, so let me quickly read her profile and we welcome her. I believe Dr. Success is also set for us.
Absolutely.
Dr. Success Ojo is a visionary technologist and educator, the founder of GMind AI, a human-centered artificial intelligence platform transforming teaching and learning across emerging markets. She holds a bachelor in human science and management, child and family studies, a master's in social work, and a doctorate in human capital management from Bellevue University. A trained cybersecurity professional from Florida Institute of Technology, Dr. Ojo also holds 20 global certifications, including
over 20.
over 20.
To be precise, 44 IT certificates.
CISSP, CISA, I may not know the name of all this, okay? CISM, PMP, and CDPSE. Prior to GMind AI, she has trained over 15,000 learners at Tech Institute and played a pivotal role at GoToCourse, where she helped institutions visualize their schools and connect with students globally through scalable online learning systems. Now leading a growing suite of over 40 education-specific AI tools, including Plus Hub, Assessment Hub, and GMind Assessment. Dr. Ojo is redefining how educators teach and learners engage. Her work has reached millions, earned recognition from the Texas House of Representatives, and won the Excellence in AI Award at the House of Technology, Lagos. Her mission to equip over 500,000 teachers across Africa is ethical, accessible, and practical AI tools by 2025. Wow. Putting the future of inclusive, impactful education firmly in their hands. Ladies and gentlemen, aren't we lucky to have such a great personality in our midst to open the floor? Please welcome with me Dr. Sotojo as she takes the keynote speech. Please, I want the chat box and everywhere to be full of emojis to welcome my boss. Thank you.
Thank you, Okwepa. My head is actually sweat off. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I'm actually joining you today from Houston, Texas. So I'm going to say good morning and good day wherever you are actually joining us across the world. I haven't actually checked the chat. I want to actually know where people are joining us this morning. We have over 300 people that registered for this event. So I want to believe that they are also going to join us. Yeah, okay. So if you are a teacher here this morning, I just want you to just give me emoji, give me some energy, I want to feel the energy in the house. Give me some energy. And you can also let us know what class you are actually teaching. Please, I'm checking the chat. Give me some energy. Let me see some energy. I'm actually moved by your energy. Please let me see where are you joining us? Where are you teaching? What class are you actually teaching? Thank you. I can see all the love. I need more emojis, please. More emoji, because today we're actually going to charge ourselves and we are going to be speaking our mind, speaking truths. Yay, good. I think it's a good time. We're gone at those days when teaching is boring and we say that teaching is not lucrative. I think teaching is actually the in thing right now. If you believe, can you give me more emojis? If you're actually teaching K-12, just put K-12. Maybe elementary, middle school, high school, higher head, whatever. Let me see some response in the chat. All right. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. They've actually introduced me. My name is Success Ojo, and I'm the CEO and co-founder at GMind AI. And today, we are actually talking about teaching boldly, leading the future of learning with AI and purpose. If you're excited, can I see more energy in the house? If you're excited to be here this morning, can I see some energy in the house? Absolutely. And to be sincere, this is actually a call to lead with purpose. Yeah, about 4 months ago, I was in New York. at Global Teachers Summit. We had about over 350 teachers, educators across the world at that meeting. And what were we discussing? We're actually discussing about emerging technologies, how these has actually affected and impacted teaching and learning. It was actually a beautiful discussion. A lot of networks, we network among ourselves, we share ideas, and so many other interactive things that we did. But when I look across the room, unfortunately, we're only two that were Africans. I wish, because that is just me, I wish the whole room could be filled with people that have my color and people that look like me. And so that day, I actually make up my mind that I'm actually going to step this down to my teachers in Africa. Even though I live in the US, but in the last few years, I've really, been touching base with home. I've learned how we teach in Nigeria because I teach here in the US. I've also interacted with a lot of teachers, so I can boldly say that I know the pain points. Let's be honest with ourselves. In places like US, like Finland, the teachers, they are very supported. They understand the emerging technologies, they have access to it, and at the same time, there are a lot of trainings and supports. The teacher uses AI to, the teachers, they use AI to create interactive lessons within minutes. But let's talk about Africa. Using Nigeria as a lens. Our teacher spent 2 hours writing notes on the chalkboard. It reminds me of those days when I was in, elementary, high school. When our teachers would come to the class and they write on the chalkboard, and they will face the board and be talking to themselves. While the students, what we were actually doing was just writing notes. What about in the UK? The students have access to real-time voice notes. They have different type of technology to support their learning. Even my own children here, we have Schoology, we have different type of tools that our children, they actually use in learning. But what is the situation in Africa? And most especially my country, Nigeria. One textbook is being shared by 4 students. And we keep on saying, AI is revolutionizing the classroom. But here in Africa, our teachers, what are they still asking for? The talk has actually finished. What I actually saw in the room that day, it's not that our teachers are less intelligent. It's not that our teachers, they don't desire good things. It's just that they lack access. And so, I have made up my mind that I'm going to support our teachers to create accessibility and at the same time to bring programs that are sustainable. We don't just want to make promises, but we want to actually support our teachers so that they could have in their hands tools that they could use. And at the same time, we can actually create programs that are scalable and sustainable for our teachers, having inclusivity at the back of our mind. Let's talk about the state of education in Africa. And please, I need you to actually work this with me. If this is truly the situation in Africa, I just need to say yes. Or you give me thumbs up. Let me see the emoji. Most especially those of us that we are in government schools, we're in public schools. 70 plus students in one classroom. Is it true? You can unmute your mic and tell me yes or no. Is it true?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, very correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Teachers underpaid. overworked, and often alone.
Yes. Correct.
Fatigue.
Sure. Correct.
Correct.
So, mental stress. Right?
Yes,
Dr.
plus.
Yes.
Yes. Over stress.
Very little digital training or infrastructure.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
nothing at all.
Or nothing at all.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm speaking
Yes,
to us.
plus.
No AI support for lesson plan or personalization.
Yes,
Yes.
plus.
Yes. 100% correct.
100%
So we take
correct.
AI from us when the whole world is actually using AI.
Yes.
Most educational tools
Yeah.
are designed for local language or for our low data zones, our low mobile. Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what we have in developed countries? I live in one, so I can actually tell you. I didn't read about this. I see this every day. Teachers have classroom assistants. AI have really reduced their work. And personalized learning is nothing but the standard. So the question is, I want you to answer me. Are African teachers not worthy of support, simplicity, and smarter tools? Please answer the question.
We are
Yeah.
worthy.
Thank
We
you.
are worthy.
The truth is, the world has changed. The world has moved.
We need it.
Absolutely. Come on, speak to me. The world has moved. The world has changed. But the question is, have we? If truly in many parts of the world, teachers now use AI to simplify their work in seconds, students are being supported and also trained to use emerging tools to enhance and to augment their learning, to get real-time feedback, personalized quizzes, multilingual support. The classroom run on smart boards, 24 hours virtual tutors, and data-driven learning tools. Deep learning is interactive, inclusive, and multiplies for heavy learning. But why shouldn't we have that also in Africa? Let's meet ourselves. Thank you so much. Let's meet ourselves. We're going somewhere. The situation in Africa, many teachers still depend solely on printed handouts. They're still writing notes. They will write and write and write. And after writing at home, they will still come back to class and write on the board. There were so many times that they could save, to support their students and to focus on the core, which is teaching. Lesson planning, writing lesson notes is manual. And this we know takes a lot of hours. Now, we've seen different type of training. They say they're having training here and there, and they want to teach us how to use AI tools. When you are teaching us 20 AI tools to do our work, teachers tell me, are they reducing our workload or adding to our workload? Tell me. I need you to unmute your mic and tell me. When you're teaching us,
They are reducing our workload.
we are increasing our workload. If we want to have to go and learn 20 tools to do our work, we have to master it again. We have to learn prompt engineering, 20 different tools, And so many of these tools, they're out of reach. They are expensive and wholly available in trial mode because we can't afford it, because they are actually in dollars. So the average teacher is still trying to figure out how to use tools, let alone all these edtech tools, and AI tools. All these were the thoughts on my mind at that summit. We're not just left behind, that's the truth. But we're watching the global education trend pass us by from the station. We cannot wait for a perfect system. My brothers and sisters, my fellow educators. Because if we keep on watching, the future of learning is not going to wait for us. See, we're called to train global students. Our students, they have to be taught so that they could actually get global opportunities. Now, if you are not a global teacher, how will you produce global students? I'm telling you, that might not be possible. And so what will happen? We'll end up having children or students that are not prepared for the opportunities in the world. And when you are not also a global teacher standard, your pay is not going to be at global standard. So Teachers, my fellow African teachers, let's just say it's time for us to rise. What? And the truth is just that, please let's mute our mic. Thank you so much. I'll tell you when to mute again. Enough of waiting for government to do miracles. I think that's one of the major problems we have. Yeah, that's the major problem we have. Enough of us waiting that government is going to come. I know so well because I've actually moved with a number of us. Our people are now putting themselves in communities. They're training themselves. They are pulling people. They are pulling each other. They are doing the best for themselves. No more waiting for teachers and for government to come and perform that miracle. Because we just need to actually do the best. There's a call on us. And the call is for us to actually raise global relevant students. And there's no how we can do it without it starting from us. We need to change to global teacher. If we're not a global teacher, then what we actually be passing to our students is not going to be at global standard. Relying on foreign tools that doesn't understand our classroom, definitely it's not going to be, it's not going to be the solution. Because if we continue to rely on those tools that doesn't understand our rich class situation, we'll just continue to feel powerless in a tech-driven world. One more time, like I said, this training is to call us to change. To change from thinking that I am that teacher in Ifako. I am that teacher in Elisha. I am that teacher in Accra, Ghana. But start seeing yourself as a global agent, as an agent of change, to prepare our learners, our students, to get to the level of global standard. So that all the global opportunities will also be able to grab it, and at the same time, they will also believe all the stuff. I think it's high time we started learning new tools that can make us to be in control, so that we can be the change agent with our community and our country needs. It is high time we embrace tools that understand our real class situation, that is human-centered, designed for and for all African teachers. We need to actually make sure that the tools we're using. Mrs. Adebisi, please can you help me to mute yourself? Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. It is high time we embrace technology that supports or replace teachers. There are some tools that when I see, I'm like, you want to do it for us? No, you don't understand our class situation. It is better we put teacher the driver's seat. And whatever tool, be it AI or any health tech tool, should be by the passenger seat. Yes, we can co-lead together. We can co-teach together. But we won't allow any tool to hijack our classes. We need to choose platforms that are mobile first, because that is our real situation. The tool, if it's not something we can use on our mobile phone, and with our mobile phone that is low data and made for the real situation in our classes, then we need to make sure that, yes, before we embrace any tool, this tool meets the real situation of our class. I want to believe that African teachers, we don't just need another tool. We need a movement. We need a solution that is designed by educators that understand the real African classroom situations, and that's actually designed, implemented, developed with teachers. And I'm telling you, GMind AI is just that. We are educators that understand the real situation of the teaching and the learning landscape in Africa. Even though some of us, we live abroad, but the truth is, we have touch base with the risk situation in Africa. And it's actually built for African classroom, and it's also built as a great instrument of change for African teachers. Why GMind AI? It's not because I'm one of the co-founders of GMind AI, but because I use GMind AI every day. I'm a teacher. I teach cybersecurity. And GMind AI have really simplified my work. I'm telling you, over 70%. Over. It has made my teaching to be more creative, innovative, and a lot easier. Materials that I used to create for hours, now I create it with minutes, leveraging on GMind AI. It is built in Africa. Like I said, for African classroom. GMind AI is affordable and accessible. One suit that has all you need to be able to teach and be that global teacher that you desire. GMind AI is mobile first, and it works on low data, the basic devices that you could ever have in your hand. And it's also scalable. It is usable by just one teacher, a group of teachers, and even at the national education system. Why do we do it that way? Because we understand the education system, the real problem. And so we are actually developing a GMind AI to be a real solution, not just for any teacher, but the global teachers that we desire to see in Nigeria. I think it's high time that our students, meet up with the opportunities across the world. We both all have the same 24 hours. Internet is available for everybody. So why should our children, our students, why should they have less? I think it starts from giving attention to our teachers. If we support our teachers and we support the learning of our students, then definitely we'll actually be able to align with global teaching standard. And let me also tell you, GMind AI is not just working to meet global teaching standard. It is also multilingual and very cultural relevant. What are those things that we have on GMind AI? I know some of you've seen the platform, and in the last week, I've actually interacted with a number of communities, and I witnessed the training and the demo, in your communities. But I would like to share with you some of those of us that we've not seen GMind, and also those of us that we've seen GMind. In the next 2 weeks, GMind AI is actually going to take a big leap. We're releasing Class Hub on GMind AI so that one teacher should be able to teach students from anywhere in the world. We foresee a teacher in Lagos teaching students at the global standard, not just teach and just share on Zoom, share on WhatsApp, for you to be able to teach at the level that they teach here. So we're going to give you on GMind AI Class Hub to run your lessons, where you can put your materials, and in real time, your student could have access to it, and they could also access it 24/7. On the Class Hub, you can give students quizzes and assignments. And GMind AI will also support you to reduce the workload by helping you with the grading. It will also help you to track your student progress, all in one place. Remember our promise to you. We're not going to give you 20 tools. I just give you one platform that you can master so well. And at the end of the day, you can transform into that global teacher that will be leading students to become global standard, a global student to attract global opportunities. Miss Joy, I will still give you opportunity to talk. We also have on GMind AI, GMind Assist, that help you to plan lessons, simplify your topics, translate your content, just as a co-pilot in the classroom. Remember, in the abroad, let me call it in the abroad, teachers have teaching assistants, but I'm sure you don't have teaching assistants. But I'm going to give you one through GMind, because we're going to give you co-pilots that will help you to do your work swiftly. We also have speech sensitizer that help you to turn your note into audio, perfect for inclusive and multimodal learning. Students that have one learning gaps or deficiency on the other, you can actually meet them halfway to support them. We also have Assessment Hub. This our Assessment Hub. It's not about creating quizzes or creating questions. It's all about you using it to be able to identify learning gaps, evaluate your student growth, and be able to guide their improvement by providing personalized learning. We're releasing Assessment Hub on GMind AI. With this tool, I'm telling you, you will be able to become a doctor in your class. All students, they don't learn the same way. And all students, they don't have the same situation. And at the same time, you are not a magician. And even if we are that good, we want you to be able to do it without stress. So we're going to be releasing this tool in your hand so that you can use it to identify each child learning gaps, evaluate the student growth, and be able to provide personalized learning. In the US here, our core as a teacher is not to watch our students fail. Our core as a teacher is for us to make sure that at the end of the school year, our children have learned, they have improved, and at the same time, they have good grades. I watch African teachers. Yes, you just realize that that is not actually a kind of mentality we carry into the classroom. I think we need to change. This is a call for us to change. It is your joy for your students to pass. If you have 100% pass rate, I think that should be what you should work towards at each academic year. Immediately you start the class, identify weak students, assess them, provide opportunity or guide for them to improve. You want to see that progression from the first term to the second term. Then if they actually progress, let's assume you can move from 30 to 60%, then you can still work with them and see how you can better help them so that you can move from 60 to at least 80 or 90%. I think with Assessment Hub, that will really help you to be able to work with our students. We also have Smart Search on GMind AI. So no more endless Googling. Just get content-rich, education-specific answers with citation. Plus 30 plus AI education tools that help you to generate pedagogical content from lesson planning to real-time analysis. GMind AI supports your entire teaching cycle with powerful and easy-to-use tools. And let me also shock you, we are here to support you. Very soon, I know some of you will be to your schools. Very soon, we're coming to your school. Free training, because that's what we promise you, to stand by you, to work with you, to move you from where you are right now to where you're supposed to be across the world, so that you too, you can compete and also grab global opportunities. Not only that, we're also creating different type of ops and support so that free, we want to teach you. We're presently working with one of the government agencies. You will soon know when we'll be training over 500,000 of you so that you will be able to challenge the global standard. I say, yes, I have not just heard about AI, but at the same time, I know how to use AI and I can teach others on how to use AI. With all this, what do you think teachers are? Of course, we are change makers. And this meeting is a call for us to be change makers. GMind AI is not luxury, it's a lifeline. A chance for African teachers, not just to hear about AI, but to catch up, keep up, and lead. And you and I were actually going to lead and win. Let's imagine 1.5 million teachers. That's not just number. That is 1.5 million change makers. So as you go to your school on Monday, go to your school and walk boldly like a global teacher, like a change maker, ready to learn, ready to embrace all global tools and skill. Because by the end of this year, you have a goal. And what's that goal? To turn yourself to a global teacher that will not do anything less than to raise global students. If every one of us can save just 1 hour a day, or we can create easily lessons, our notes, do things the way all other teachers in developed countries are doing it, the one thing will be so sure: millions of students will win. There will be fewer dropouts, better results, and a stronger nation. Remember, we are not waiting for the government. We say no, we're not waiting. Government should catch up with us. If every one of us will make up our mind that today I want to be a creator and not a consumer, I want to be empowered. If every one of us could embrace that we want to use technology, we want it to work for us, what do you think will happen? We'll be able to change the world. We'll be able to change the situation of our students. So many people have told me, did you hear about JAM? Did you hear about WIRE? And I'm saying that, yes, there are situations. We're not saying that there are no gaps. But can you, in your own way, just say that, yes, I want to move past all these gaps. I want to network, train myself. I want to embrace, advancement. I want to learn. I want to change. I want to work with my students so that anywhere they get to, they would be able to compete favorably and also at global standard. I believe we don't need more technology. We don't just need more technology. We need technology that will work for us. A human-centered AI, so that African teachers can really take their space. I want to believe no more waiting. Let's change. Let's invest in ourselves. Let's be the agent. Our classrooms, our communities, our schools are waiting for. Because the future of education starts with you. The clarion call this morning that we should not just be a teacher in Lagos, in Ifako, in Elisha, in Accra. We should not just be that teacher in Ibadan, but we should just stand up to actually be a global teacher that embrace useful technology that works, and at the same time, working to raise global students that will challenge and also win global opportunities. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was powerful. And I can see now. Please, let's go into the chat box and express our thoughts over this. Thank you so much, ma. A whole lot to learn. Yes, global impact. Please bring it on, keep it coming. Let's see your reaction in the chat box there. That's my boss there. That is the CEO of GMind. You can see that, yes, he actually represented there. Thank you so much. I believe you learned a whole lot of things, and as you are giving the applause and you're saying well done, you are giving the thumbs up, you may equally want to share one or two things that you learned. Before I move on, let me quickly talk about 3 or 4 major things that I learned there quickly that I just picked here and there. We are not local teachers. Okay, we are global teachers. We can't wait. So who's waiting? We can't wait. We don't need more technology. So we only need more actors, those who are going to use what we already have. And that question for you, as you are typing, what is that clarion call? Okay, please, I need that answer in the chat box. I'm coming back to come and check that. Thank you so much, Dr. Success. That was just mind-blowing. That was a big one. That should just be like a
Okwefa is a global teacher.
Revolution in African education.
Okwefa, let me say something.
Yeah.
Okwefa is a global teacher. And the reason why he's with us today is because he's a global teacher. So I want you to say that.
Okay, yeah, I'm a global teacher, and I've always been this for years. And if you're an educator and you don't know Okwefa, I think you need to quickly search the Google now to know Okwefa. And that's Okwefa that she's talking about, probably with all sense of humility and responsibility. All right, thank you so much, Dr. Success, for the opportunity. Yes, we've heard that's a very good foundation. And before we move on quickly, let me quickly talk about the lineup of the great speakers we also have in the house too. Not only Dr. Success Ojo, we have great speakers that I'll be talking today, and I'll be bringing one on board very soon. And let me quickly recognize the presence of let me just say title. I call you straight, Remi Dairo. Remi Dairo is President Institute of Productivity and Business Innovation. He'll be coming up very soon. Okay, so if you are there in the outside, kindly turn on your camera so that we can spotlight you. We have also in the house Krista Briggs, AI and business strategist at Meta. Okay, she actually joined very early. We all came in together. And then last but not least, we have Dr. Patrick Adenoye. He is the founder of Future X, and he's also going to be talking to us today. So to move on very fast and quick, in the next 15 minutes, we are going to be learning and gleaning from Remi Dairo. And if Remi Dairo is in the house, please kindly spotlight him while I read his citation. Please, can I confirm that quickly?
Okay, we can go on with Krista Briggs.
Okay, we should go on with Krista Briggs. Okay, while we are waiting for Remi Dairo to join us, obviously he's either busy doing one or two things to join us, or he will soon be joined very soon. So we are going to move on to learn from Krista Briggs, and sincerely, she's one of the first speakers I actually got to know will be speaking here today. So as I said earlier, in the next 15 minutes, we are going to be learning from Krista Briggs. Krista Briggs is AI and business strategist. She's going to be talking about the future is now, building AI fluency and strategy in education. So I'm going to go straight on to read a citation, and I would want her to be spotlit if it is possible. All right, I can see a beautiful smile there while I go ahead to read. All right. Okay. So I read her profile now. Krista Briggs is a globally respected AI and digital transformation strategist, known for her expertise in building ethical, scalable AI solutions. With over 5 years of experience at the intersection of artificial intelligence, compliance, and multilingual analytics, she has led responsible innovation initiatives at Meta and contributed to global AI policy and conversations, including at the United Nations. Our work focuses on aligning large language models with privacy, fairness, and enterprise compliance needs. As a fractional CTO and a founder, Krista partners with startups and mission-driven organizations to architect transformative AI systems that prioritize equity, safety, and growth. Our ability to bridge deep technical insights with high-impact strategy positions her as a leading voice in shaping an inclusive AI-powered future. So join me as we learn from Krista Briggs as she takes us through the topic, the future is now, building AI fluency and strategy in education. Please can I see a warm welcome in the chat box. Krista Briggs, over to you.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that way we can get started. Oh, I had to request share screen. Okay, I think it works.
Yes, you should be the host right now.
Okay, perfect. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
It's absolutely just
Okay. All right, excellent. So good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Crystal Briggs, an AI and business strategist at Meta, but I didn't start out in tech, funny enough. I actually started in the classroom. Before anything else, I want to thank Dr. Ojo for her gracious invitation and leadership for creating this space. It's an honor to be part of Teach Boldly Specifically, this conference that brings together not just innovation, but heart-centered innovation, and that's rare. This talk is going to be about AI, especially tools like Llama, and how they can help us teach beyond our borders, both literally and figuratively. But to understand why I care so much about this, I need to tell you where I began. So this quote here, AI isn't replacing teachers, it's empowering them. The educators who learn to use it today will lead the classrooms of tomorrow. This is the truth I build everything on. AI isn't here to replace us, it's here to relieve us of the parts that drain us, distract us, and limit our reach. But before I was in data science, I was a speech language pathologist. I worked with English language learners, students, and neurodivergent learners, helping them express themselves, be understood, and connect. And that's when I realized communication is power. And it made me wonder, how do we give more kids access to that power at scale? That's what led me to tech. Because if AI could help one teacher reach 30 more students or give one student feedback in their own language, then it was something I had to be a part of. So let's unlock some things, right? Let's unlock some global teaching with Llama. So let's talk about what this looks like globally and what's powering it. So first and foremost, some definitions, put on your teaching hats. Llama stands for Large Language Model Meta AI. So it's an open source AI model developed by Meta, designed to understand, generate, and adapt language across different contexts. Think of it as the brain behind smart tools that create personalized content, answer questions, or support students in real time. Now, when I say Llama is open source, here's what I actually mean. It's like getting a full curriculum binder, but instead of being locked away, it's shared freely. Developers and educators can use it, adapt it, and build tools that actually reflect their classroom. Open source means the code is public, right? This gives us transparency, flexibility, and the ability to co-create, not just consume. And that's why Llama is already being used globally. In the UK, a Llama-powered AI tutor called Manda helps students with math and English. In South Korea, Math GPT is tailored to curriculum standards across 50 countries. In sub-Saharan Africa, over 3 million students are learning through WhatsApp using Llama-enhanced lessons. These aren't pilot projects. They're real tools meeting students where they are. Overall, Llama doesn't replace teachers. It amplifies your reach in ways that are affordable, adaptable, and rooted in real learning goals. Let's be real though. Differentiation is a beautiful idea until you're at hour 3 of rewriting worksheets for 3 different reading levels. This is where AI comes in. You can use Llama through Hugging Face to generate reading passages or math questions in seconds. Tools like Gamma AI helps you build slide decks with visuals and tailored language. And platforms like ChatGPT, which we all know, can auto-grade assignments or suggest feedback based on learning goals. It's not about doing less thinking. It's about doing less formatting so we can do more teaching. Now let's talk outcomes. In South Asia, Foodamate uses Llama to power tutoring through WhatsApp in low connectivity areas. In Brazil, Alpha Tutor uses fine-tuned Llama models to build lesson plans, even offline. In India, Wadwani AI builds English fluency assessments in public schools with llama-generated comprehension questions and pronunciation feedback. These aren't pilot projects. These are millions of students getting personalized, accessible learning support because AI is meeting them where they are. And as educators, that's our goal too, right? Meet the learner, remove the friction, and lift them up. So this one is one of my favorite examples. Meta partnered with Blended Labs to build Lumi, a llama-powered AI code teacher. It works alongside real teachers, offering 24/7 tutoring, real-time feedback, and multilingual scaffolding. Teachers use Lumi, say they finally have time to focus on students one-on-one again, while Lumi handles the heavy lifting of differentiation and support. Imagine this. One student is stuck on a concept. Instead of waiting until the next class or never asking, they get instant private help. That's what equity looks like in action. So what can you do with all of this information? Start small, right? Try a llama-powered tutor or planning assistant in one classroom. Empower teachers. Run a session on prompt writing or lesson generation. Build responsibly. Choose open, privacy-safe tools built with your values in mind. This isn't about jumping into the deep end overnight, by the way. It's about stepping forward with purpose. Because the classrooms of the future aren't just automated. They're amplified by human intention and smart tools. Before I close, I want to leave you with this. When I left the classroom, it wasn't because I lost faith in education. It was because I saw a chance to bring education the tools it desperately deserved. AI is not a threat, it's an invitation to reimagine how we teach, how we reach, and how we lead. So let's stop asking if we should use AI and start asking, how will we use it to bring more students along? Earlier, Dr. Ojo shared some really interesting stats around the state of education in Africa. Specifically, when it comes to no AI support for lesson planning or personalization. Hopefully what I shared with all of you today, you begin thinking of some ways you can implement AI into your classrooms, because the future is AI, and the boldest teachers are already building it. Thank you very much. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn.
Thank you, Krista. That is awesome.
Thank you so much, Crystal. Thank you. That's very beautiful. Please can I see responses quickly in the chat box? Thank you. And that was just straight to time.
So somebody asked that, where can we get Llama? GMind is Llama because GMind AI is built on Llama architecture. So when we use GMind, we're using Llama.
So you can see the real example she just mentioned now.
Absolutely.
Building boldly, teaching boldly. Thank you very much. Can I quickly confirm? Yes, thank you. Just keep the comments coming. Thank you. Can I quickly confirm, because of our time, if Remy Dairo is on the house? If not, then we can move on to the next thing on our agenda. All right. So while we're waiting for that confirmation, okay, let's take a little bit time. I can see my boss there on the call. I did not see. Okay, and I think the rest of us can equally do the same thing. And someone here will be leading us to do that quickly, and that is Olukunle. Olukunle Unique, are you in the house? Can we quickly have a 5 minute icebreaker or a cup of tea served to everyone. My boss is doing that now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kwe, for all you've been doing. Yes. The future is AI. I love that. Good day, everyone. My name is Unique Olukunle, head of training, GMind AI Nigeria. And I want to say that it's such a great privilege to be a part of a platform that is revolutionizing teaching in Africa. I think GMind is the answer. GMind is the future of education in Africa. All right, amazing session so far. So much information divulged in such a short time. All of this for free, of course. And I think we need to give a thumb up to GMind. I mean, all of this information for free. Before we continue the rest of the training or the webinar, I'd like us to have a session together just in 3 minutes. I'm going to be asking a question, and then
your camera is
you just give me your response.
Locally Unique, your camera is.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yes, this is me. All right, thank you very much, Matt. So I'm going to be asking a question. You all just give me the answer in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and give me the answer. All right, so the question is simple. If AI had magic powers, right? Now, please pay attention to this. If AI had magic powers, what is that one thing you want AI to do for you in the school? What is that magic thing? What is that thing particularly? I have 3 suggestions here. Do you want AI to mark your script for you? Or you want AI to help students focus? Or, of course, you want AI to plan lesson in just 5 minutes? So let me have it. Let's have our answer coming. What would you have AI do for you? Yes, of course, ma'am. Of course, ma'am.
Okay, please, of course. I want AI to help WIET students, like having something like a section where they help them to revise for exams, like like a school app, like my school, my school app where they go to revise for JAM and WIEC exams and others. So if GMind AI can have something like that incorporated inside the app, I think it would be wonderful. Gathering all of the WIEC questions and JAM questions, and they will use it in practicing so that our education or standard of education will be increased. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. That's a lot of demand.
Yeah, beautiful. Of course, and we are doing it. Should I bust your bubble? We've already done it. In another 2 we are releasing my class up for students in Nigeria. And shall I show?
Wow. Wow. That would be great. Thank you.
Let's see the emojis. Right. Let's see the emojis. Are we not excited?
Let's keep the energy coming. Thank you very much, Dr. Success and the team. For somebody else want to say something, please. Let's go to the chat box and let's see the responses over there. A lot of people are saying a lot of things. Someone says he wants AI to be able to mark script. Somebody say help students understand the lesson. I want AI to get full attention and concentration of students. Of course, hopefully when we build super AI, be able to have AI do substance. To plan lesson notes, that's amazing. If AI have magic power, I want AI to make teaching, including lesson plan, to be 100% practical oriented with stress-free for teachers. Of course, that's what GMind has in mind. We want to make sure that every teacher engage with their pupils or with their students in the classroom with minimal stress, and that will make them even more effective. I think I'll bring the session to a close now so that Mr. Okwefa can take over. Thank you very much, Mr. Okwefa. Thank you, Dr. Success and the team for putting this together. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Thank you, Lukule. That's a wonderful one there. Lukule, you must have missed something. Someone actually said AI should increase its salary.
Of course, when you learn imagine. AI will become a global teacher. And when you are a global teacher, your salary will increase.
Yes, ma. Thank you very much. I would like to share an experience. I used GMind AI to create something in the classroom while I was in the classroom, and then I posted it in my school platform. The director of my school saw it and sent that information to the 7 branches around Lagos, and it was like, who is this teacher that did this thing? So I realized that day that to get the attention of the school head, you don't have to rant. Just do something that is impactful using AI, and of course, they will notice you. Thank you very much.
Look, I promise you, if I were your boss, I would send something. You would hear some alerts differently that day for me to have something like that to spread across. Yeah, so that's how AI can increase. And we have a lot for you on GMind, how you can maximize what we have. Stay tuned and stay with us because we are just going to blow out your mind. So we just need to move on quickly. If I'm Remy, there is nothing out. Please,
Let's mute ourselves, please. Let's mute ourselves, please. Let's mute ourselves.
Janet, please, can you mute yourself? Miss Janet Nwachuku, kindly please mute yourself. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Actually, Janet must have known that I like children. I mean, that's why she allowed that baby there to talk. Thank you, but we need have to be muted. All right, and doctor, can I quickly confirm if
yes, go ahead with Mr. Patrick.
Okay, let's go with Mr. Patrick. Yes, Dr. Patrick will be taking us in the next 15 minutes through data-driven learning, how to build smarter education system with artificial intelligence. And I'll be reading his profile just now. If he's in the house, please kindly turn on the camera so that and see you and as I read the citation. So as I said, in the next 15 minutes, taking us through data-driven learning. The data is power, and AI has made it very easy and simple for us. Dr. Patrick, please can you turn on the camera so that we can all see your face? Thank you. So I believe I can go ahead quickly. The living is in the house. I'm here to see him. You can give a thumbs up. Maybe that will bring it forward to my own screen. Okay, I can see someone like him. All right. Okay. All right, I can see him. All right. So I go ahead quickly. Dr. Patrick Adeolu Adenaye is a seasoned transformation expert with over 25 years of experience spanning IT innovation, business process optimization, and Lean Six Sigma methodologies. He is the founder of FutureX and CEO of TechPlus, where he has led the development of impactful systems to enhance teaching and learning across Africa. His contributions include building Nigeria's education system information EMIS and streamlining operations with Chevron Nigeria, resulting in over 20 million in cumulative savings. Patrick is fully sold as to creating solutions that promote the future of learning through digital innovation and data-driven systems. With a doctorate in international business and certifications in analytics, operations, and consultancy from prestigious institutions with Wharton and Indian School of Business, Dr. Adenaye blends strategic vision with practical excellence. As a fellow of Institute of Information Management Africa, his work has earned several accolades, including Chevron Innovation Award. He continues to lead initiatives that empower education ecosystem, government agencies, and enterprises with the tools and framework to thrive in an AI-powered future. Join me as we welcome Dr. Patrick as he takes us through the topic data-driven learning, how to build smarter education system with AI. Dr. Patrick, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. I want to confirm if everyone can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, very loud.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay.
Are you inside the place? Are you inside a private jet?
Obviously.
I wish that should be there.
Okay, sir.
Maybe very soon.
We can hear you.
First of all, I don't know what I can share. I'm trying to share my screen. Is it up?
Yes, sorry, please let me give you access, sir.
Okay.
Okay, please check your hand.
Okay, it's telling me I'm the host now. There I go. Okay. I'm trying to click on my slide. Oh, why is it not coming up? Okay. Okay, while I bring up my slide, I want to first appreciate the convener. Well, why is it not coming up? Okwefa, can you please help me? I think I sent the screen to you. Can you please help me share that while I start with my introduction? First of all, I want to thank Dr. Success for putting together this great event. She's a very unique woman that we're lucky to have in this dispensation. I've met women that understand IT, but I've not met a woman that understands AI like her. Our knowledge is so deep, our experience is so wide, our communication skill is out of this world. Our burning desire for Nigerian teachers and the global education system to move forward is second to none. Madam, I want to say thank you so much for having this event come up for everyone to benefit, especially the teachers.
Thank you so much.
However, can you please help me come up with it? I'm trying, I don't know, I'm struggling with this a little bit.
So I have to pay for. Okay, good. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Why did you hijack that?
Oh, I've already been sharing. Sorry. I'm in Nigeria. We are fast.
So, first of all, I want to salute all the teachers here. Teachers are they are not just nation builders, they are the nation it's in itself. There is nobody on the face of the earth that have not gone through one teacher or the other. Maybe through formal and informal setting. It could, or the teacher starts from home anyway, before I get to the classroom, and it goes all the way. So teachers are the most important agents, the most important being God has ever created. I think we need to give our teachers a big round of applause. You know, I love to salute teachers a lot. They are great beings. Let's see the reactions coming, please. I'm going to be talking today around data-driven learning, how we can build smart education systems with AI. I was in UNESCO conference last week here in Abuja, and I delivered 2 papers. And during the interview with one of the press folks, first question I was asked is, don't you think AI is going to make our teachers lazy? Don't you think AI is going to make our students lazy? And my question was also with a description like a normal Nigerian who always asks a question with a question, answer a question with a question. I said, what would you say using tractor to replace cutlass on the farmland? And the journalist said it is settled. So that is what AI is coming to do. It is not coming to replace the work, but it's going to make the work easier. Next slide, please. I will be looking at a couple of things. One, edutech system. Step back, okay. The role of data in AI in modern education. Data and AI cannot be separated. Data is what fits into AI, and AI is able to function well. So if you're not fitting in the right data into the AI model, you cannot get the expected result. And then why do we think the traditional system needs transformation? What is the traditional system of education? Using chalk. Very fast, using marker on whiteboard is becoming something of the past. Now we are moving into smart board to teach children in the school. Why do you think this is necessary? One of the core reasons is because we need to meet up, just like Dr. Success has said in our opening remark, with the global standard. We don't want to produce children who will not be able to function, outside this country, who will not be able to live up to the required standard of their counterparts in other parts of the world. That is the more reason why we need to move away from the traditional system. Next slide. We're going to be talking about edutech systems. What is EMIS? I know teachers here, you should be familiar with EMIS, Education Management Information System, and how we can continually improve that. Then also we'll be looking at using data to close learning gaps and support policy making. I want to give you one very strong shocker. Last year, in conjunction with Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, we conducted a national survey on different areas to know what the teacher actually need to make their work easier and better. I'm happy to announce to you today that do you know that 75 to 80% of teachers that responded to that survey said they need to develop themselves. That was the greatest shock I had for that year, because I thought they are going to talk about we need more money, we need more better condition of service. But to my greatest surprise, most of the teachers said they want to develop themselves, and that is the bedrock of why you are here today. Excuse me, you're not here because you want your salary to be improved, even though you want it. But you want to better your career and move your children to the next level. Next slide, please. Now, what is EdTech and what is EMIS? Okay, so EdTech are AI-powered platforms, not necessarily AI platforms, but they are platforms that convert natural, conventional or traditional way that we do teaching or learning or educating, our learners to a digital format. And one of the ways is the AI platforms that does that. Now, what is Education Management Information System? That is education data itself. What do I mean by education data? In every part of education, data is always collected, data is always analyzed, data is always used. I'll give you a very common example that we all know. When we get to the class every morning, the first thing you want to do what? Take attendance of the children in your class. That is data gathering right there. Even before you start taking the attendance of your children, you want to get into the school and sign at the principal's office that I am around, or the teacher's office that I'm around today. That is data gathering. What are these data used for? Most of the times in our school, in our institutions, these data are just left without being used. Instead, they are expected to be used to take decisions that will affect education positively. They are not just decisions that should be used at the policymakers, but also within the school. I'll give you a very simple example. When you take your attendance, and you notice that for the past 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, a particular child has not been coming to school, that is an information for you. That is something for you to look into. That is what data does. It points you, it speaks to you, then you can take the right decision. Then, what are the other areas of data of EMIS? You're talking about data infrastructure. You're talking about predictive analytics. You're talking about personalized or adaptive learning. I'm going to go deep into that as we progress along. Next slide, please. AI in EdTech. Initially, I mentioned to us that when you talk about EdTech, it is not just referring to artificial intelligence alone, but it's talking about every system, that is brought into education to make our life easier. So what are the applications of AI in EdTech? after we understand what EdTech is, how does AI speak to EdTech? One of it is adaptive learning platforms, which GMind does. I will explain what adaptive learning is. If you discover that a certain child is not good or is not doing well in certain topic under a given subject, and you can only get that when you do assessment, when you do tests, you can get that. So when you get that, you know what GMind does? Because the record of the child is there. The system, the AI system, will now generate a broken down process that will take that child through all those areas he or she does not understand at his or her own pace until he understands it. Then there is another reassessment. This is the beauty of something great that GMind does. Again, what is another application of AI in EdTech? Automated grading and feedback system. Surprisingly, again, I pick on GMind. I think GMind is one of the best things that has happened to us in sub-Saharan Africa and also globally. I'm not just say sub-Saharan Africa because we're not just, it's not just here. GMind cuts across different parts of the world. And Dr. Success mentioned it in her opening remark that on GMind, you are able to do automated grading. And I hear some teachers saying, oh, I want my students, when they're preparing for WAEC, I want them to be able to try and pass questions and they get their result, all that to get it in GMind. The first day I spoke with Dr. Success, we just clicked like that. And before you know it, we spoke for almost an hour plus. And I sent the link of GMind to a couple of my colleagues, my staff that work together. And in a couple of seconds, I got all the thumbs up that this is what we need in the educational system, not just in Nigeria, globally. And again, there is a chatbot that supports every child. You can ask questions, it can give you answers. Towards the end of my presentation, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Feature X, how it's going to marry with GMind. Next slide, please. Now, M is for continuous improvement. It is sad to hear, it is sad to know that in this part of the world called Nigeria, we don't know the number of students that are in school. We don't know the number of teachers that are teaching in school. That is not only the bad story. The bad story again is that it's beginning to look as if we have so much, not even look as if, we have so much of out-of-school children that are doing nothing. Some of you define out-of-school children as those that roam around the streets. It's beyond that. The definition of out-of-school children is wide. Nigeria today does not know how many children are in school. And yet we are shouting out-of-school children. We don't even know how many tutors we have. So how can we plan for a strategic development? So hence the need for MEs to help in gathering real-time data of students, their performance, their attendance, teachers' effectiveness. In this part of the world, we always think that when a child does not do well, it is the fault of the child. The truth is, it is the fault of the teacher. The mind of a child is like a playing field, fertile, whatever you grow in it, whatever you plant in it grows and germinates. If you plant a bad seed, it gives you a bad fruit. And whoever is a farmer, I'm referring to you, the teachers, who will determine a long way a child is going to go. So data is critical for development of every child and every educational system. Then we talk about predictive analytics. What do I mean by predictive analytics? If I'm able to take the historical record of how many children that we have, that have not been going to school over a period of 2, 3, 4, 5 years, using AI, I can predict, under normal circumstance, under the same condition, the number of children that might likely be dropped out or out of school. And AI is going to help us to do one thing, to project that and also help the decision makers to plan infrastructures, to plan teachers training around that. A case study of that is our brainchild, FutureX. We're using it about 9 states currently in Nigeria. We don't develop content, and that is why our marriage with GMind is so fantastic. We help the government to gather data. Each school in Nigeria, we are projecting each of them to have a portal where they submit their data, whether you're public, private, or wherever you are, submit your data. You analyze your data on the school portal, the local government analyze it, the state analyze it, and the federal sees it. And that will help to, take meaningful decision and plan ahead. Next slide, please. Challenges and solution. What are the challenges that MES and AI bring to board? Any new system, any system at all, has its own merits and demerits. One of it is data privacy. AI, MES, if we do not follow the required law around data privacy, there is every tendency that our data is always exposed. Number 2, infrastructural costs. Some of the challenges we face in MES is the cost of hosting data. Be it school, if you're putting your data, you're going digital as a school, there's a cost attached to it, whether you're hosting it in the cloud or you're having a local server. Then number 3, there's also a cost side for the teacher training, which most schools, most governments don't even, are not willing to, embark on such costs. If I ask you here as a public school teacher, when last were you trained? How many training have you gone through in the last 5 years? Very scanty training. And that is because probably the government is not prioritizing training because of the costs. Then, what is the solution? The solution to data privacy, one, is secured cloud system, which I know GMind and FutureX are sitting on conveniently. Use of blockchain. I believe I'm talking to 21st century teachers. If we're in the house, give me thumbs up, please. I want to be sure that I'm not talking to teachers that use chalk. Mr. Akpaifa, are you still using chalk, sir?
We're changing, sir. We're changing. Give us the end of 2025, we will have changed.
I know you are.
Teachers, am I not saying the truth? Are we changing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, again, government and AI partnerships, very critical. I know of some platforms that is now trying to support government in making the cost of hosting data and, cost of running digitalization cheaper. And I know GMind has something like that in mind anyway. I know she has a fantastic and robust plan for the teachers to support through one of the government agencies in the very near future. Then, capacity building, we cannot rule it out. I want to tell you another sad story. You are here because you understand the use of digital devices. But I'm going to announce to you today that 80% of Nigerian teachers, I'm not talking about private school right now, more in the public school, cannot even handle the mouse. Some have not even seen smartphones before. Some, when you mention digital board, it looks as if you're mentioning a television where they can watch different channels. It is sad. The story must change. Capacity building is key. And that is why I'm saying a very big thank you to Dr. Success because of that plan you have to teach 500,000 teachers. Currently, from a raw figure, in the public sector, we have about 1.5 million teachers. In the private sector, the numbers we don't have. But let's just take a rough guess. Maybe we're looking at about 3 to 4 million teachers in Nigeria. So when you're training 500,000 teachers, that's a huge part of it. That part of the numbers that you're doing. And if those 500,000 can train another 500,000, then Nigerian teachers are going to get there. Next slide, please. How can we use data to close learning gaps and support policy making? I've mentioned that earlier. Data will help you to identify gaps. Let me crave your indulgence to talk a little bit about Feature X. We gather data. We analyze data. What kind of analysis do we do to those data we gather? In a school, we should be able to determine who are the students that did so well in mathematics, in which local government in a certain state has limited number of teachers in maths, in English, in the sciences, or in the arts, or in the commercial subjects. We put them on the platform of AI to be able to identify those gaps. And when the state result in WAEC is being released, we're able to marry the performance of those children with the existing data we have to either challenge the results or to corroborate with the result to say that this is actually correct based on, the existing data. So this is some of the fantastic thing, data help to close learning gap. Again, because we have the student performance in every subject, we can easily identify students that are weak in certain subjects. The report card we are developing in Feature X is different from the conventional report card that we have. The number one, you teachers will write, we teachers, 48 in maths, 36 in English, 76 in physics. The question is, what are the topics or which topics are these children not doing well? So the kind of report card we do will give you the percentage a child scores in each of the topics he or she is tested. So at the end of the day, the teacher will now receive his or her own report to talk about in all these topics that these students are tested. This is the percentage in each of those topics that passed. And that will help the teacher to identify the gaps, the topics they don't know, and teach them. And also identify particular students that have very low performance in particular topic. And that will now help them to carve out a personalized learning. Talking about personalized learning, GMind again comes to mind. I personally used GMind a couple of times. When I was first introduced to it, I said, let me look for trouble with this GMind self. Because if I'm going to talk about anything, I have to look for his trouble or her trouble. So I typed in some topics. In fact, I did it in Jigawa State when I met with all the stakeholders in Jigawa State education system. I said, this is a Muslim community. This is an Arabic community. Oh yeah, convert this. Good morning, everybody. Write it and tell me in Arabic. Guys, great folks. By the time I imputed it into it, and it sounded, he gave the writing in Arabic. Guys within the place, they stood up. They started clapping. I said, this software, not human being. I bet. Then I sit down first. That is software. So what am I trying to say? GMind will narrow down that problem you have. Language is no more a barrier. And that's the beauty of AI. Thank you very much. Let's go to this is the next slide. The next slide. Data for policymakers. Then I talk about Feature X. We started Feature X in Cross River State about 4, 5, 6 years ago. And we entered into the state, we deployed our staff, we started gathering data. Initially, the state was against us. In fact, let me give you one very funny thing. Once they know you are gathering data in Nigeria, you are like the state enemy. You are like a nuclear bomb. Nobody likes you. Our CEO is also in this program. and you will bear me witness. Several times we get into, once you mention data, everybody begin to kick against it. You that are teachers in in public school, I know you have 4 registers. There is the one for Federal Ministry of Education. There is the one for UBEC. There is the one for school feeding. There is the one for, should I continue? Let me stop there. Those things have made policy making complicated. We need to give real data so that we can solve real life issues. That is a sad part of it. What we are seeing in education today did not start today. It started many years back. What are you going to give as a teacher to the system that when we look back after 20 years, it will not look like this? Using the available tools. Then, what are our worries under data for policy making? You know, we IT people, we have our 419 wheel. We can tweak it a bit to suit one side, so that one side will get more money. Those are concerns that we have with AI at times. And that is a global concern, not just limited to Nigeria. Again, it's data privacy, which I've mentioned before. We have our own local law that is helping to shape that. That's the NDPR, the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation. And also another thing we need to consider as well is ensuring equitable access. Whenever I do presentations in conferences, workshops, and seminars, and we're talking about data, and we're talking about improvement, and we're talking about IT, we're talking about EdTech, there's a common question that comes to mind, excuse me, which I believe some of you have it in mind. They will say, how about those in the local villages? Are we not going to consider them? The question and the answer I always give them, what percentage of people are living in the local areas? You have more people in the urban areas and where the connectivity is. So let's deploy. The people in the local area will find a method to also carry them along until they catch up. And that will take you back to when GSM started. It started from the urban area before it moved into the local areas. With time, they will catch up. But that should not be used as a criteria to set standard of changing the educational system or making it digitally viable. Then the next slide, which is almost my second to last slide. Next slide, please. Conclusion and future outlook. The future of AI in education is in generative AI and adaptive learning. Let me not assume we all know what generative AI is. If you go to GMind, just type in, what is osmosis? It's going to give you osmosis. Give me the video of osmosis or whatever. It will give you the video. Give me the picture of how osmosis is done. It gives you the picture. That's generative AI. That's one of the future of AI in education. Then adaptive learning is tailoring every child's learning pattern and pace according to how they will learn or according to their pace. And how do I mean? Every child in every class, you will all agree with me as teachers, they don't understand at the same pace. Adaptive learning will identify each child learning pattern and develop a pattern for that child to learn and understand and acquire knowledge. Don't forget, they are going to land at the same place. Maybe a little bit of difference in time, but they will learn the same thing. And that will give us a better world. And there's a call to action for everybody. Let's invest in data-driven education. Data-driven and AI-driven education is the new world. It's the way to go, and it's where we need to be to take the next generation to where they're supposed to be. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Wow. I want to say a special thank you to all our speakers today, educators in the house. I believe we are getting, I will use Niger English. We are getting gingered, right? Honestly, I believe we have learned a lot here. So this is Q&A session where we're going to have opportunity to ask one or two questions. So if your question is specific to one of our speaker, either our host speaker, Dr. Success Ojo, directed to Krista Briggs, directed to Dr. Patrick, I'm going to tailor it to them. But if it's a general question, I can go ahead and answer that. My name is Olu Ojo, by the way, from GMind AI. I'm the CEO and a co-founder of GMind AI. Thank you. So bring up your question. Is either you type in the chat or you can unmute your mic and speak up, educators. Let's ask questions. I know we've been with a lot of information today.
Please, I have a question. Can I go on?
Please, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. I so much appreciate this webinar. I think my question will go to the GMind CEO. Yes, GMind is doing wonders. I can say that.
Thank you for that.
But for somebody like teachers working in government schools,
okay,
there's still it's a challenge. For example, I use GMind, I do what I can. I go to class with my Bluetooth speaker. Sometimes I use my laptop, I use my phone just to help the students.
Beautiful.
But number one,
please what's your name? I'd like to meet you after the webinar.
My name
Let's see how we can support you.
My name is Olubusayo Tokun. Tolulope Olubusayo Tokun.
Okay. I want to meet you after the program.
Okay, ma. So, for example, when I go to school with my laptop, sometimes I'm very careful. Oh, this laptop must not go off. It can only work for like 1 hour, 30 minutes. So I have to be careful how I'm using it, especially if I have to use it for like 2 or 3 classes. So we are still having that challenge. Now I use GMind, but I still have, you know how we are in Nigeria. I still have to copy the notes. As I've been sitting here since 7 a.m. I said, let me start early so that I can attend this webinar. Yeah. I still have to copy the notes from the into my notes. I've been sitting here copying notes. So I don't know how you can help us in the government schools. Because sometimes I feel so bad for the students. I realize that when I go to school with my laptop and I show them videos, it comes alive. They understand better. I get their attention. But it's not everybody that can do that.
Absolutely.
It's not everybody. So how can you help us? I know some of us that are doing it. How we will use them? We've used the tool and then we are writing it in our notes.
Yes. Mr. Adeyemi, I was about to call you. Adeyemi, come up. On your camera.
Yes, please.
This question is for us, I'm telling you.
Right.
We're doing something. Mr. Adeyemi,
hello, ma.
Mr. Adeyemi, okay, yes.
Please, ma, my question is almost the same thing, ma.
Okay. All right.
My name is Sagbola Oluwakemi from Ogun State.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Like the school I was posted away from recently. In fact, each school, except from the school where I started working, that's the Jebu Muslim College, where they have labs and systems that we work with. All other schools have been posted to. I have to create computer lab, either with 1 system or 2 systems. Coupled with my own laptop and my desktop at home. Yes. Using my phone, using every gadget that I can. In fact, the last school where I taught, Luba Comprehensive School, when I got there, I was told that they don't write WAEC. They don't write computer at WAEC level. I was like, how will I take students from SS1, SS2, and SS3. I cannot produce students for WAEC. So what is my result? What is my profit? I started with 1 student using my laptop. The first year, I produced 1 student for WAEC, he passed. The second year, I went with my laptop, my desktop, and I called my chairman for CITAN, zonal chairman for CITAN, Computer Teachers Association, Ogun State. He joined me. We produced 3 students with our system for WAEC. The third year was the year that they heard my cry. And the old students provided 2 laptops for me. 2 systems rather for me. And they renovated the lab. I have to go to neighboring school because I was having 21 students for WAEC. I went to neighboring school. I borrowed 10 systems. WAEC will give us 2 practical sessions. Practical 1, practical 2. I was having 10 systems with me, 21 students. So I divided my practical into 2, using the break time that I had in between so that I could produce those students for WAEC. The third year, part of my system were no longer working. They gave me the old student gave us another 6 systems, but only 4 were working. The remaining were down. I went out again, borrowed system, and I was having 25 students. I had 3 sessions that day. I wanted to die. How can we help us? How can we help us? We are ready, but the infrastructures are not there.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Before the speakers, before we jump into this question, I love the way you ended that question. The summary of the question or the plea right now is, we want to use AI as educator, but we all know in Nigeria, the first problem is what? Lack of infrastructure. Absolutely. How do we solve this? I know I have dignitaries that are closer to top people in Abuja.
Yes.
So
yes. So Mr. Adeyemi, I can't see you. I want to see Mr. Adeyemi. I want to see Adene. I want to see Okpaifa. Please, can you on your cameras? We need to talk. The truth is this: all these are our innovations, and let me be said, we talk to ourselves. We talk to ourselves. All these are our innovations. Yes, they are quite great, but we must make sure that we are actually creating solutions for our real problems. What our teachers, our great global teachers are saying, they are actually the real situation. I'm telling you, I started coming to Nigeria recently, about 3 years ago. And in that last 3 years, I will tell you that I spent more time in Nigeria than in the US. So that I could get closer to my people. I could actually see the whole situation. And I cannot agree less with you, madam. Mr. Adeyemi, you have something you want to tell us? But let me tell you, we are working closely with the government. We cannot solve all the problems, but can we do it gradual? So we are already working with them, probably can private partnership to make things happen. Mr. Adeyemi, you have something to tell us?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you so much. Success.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank all the people that have spoken on this platform this morning. Thank you so much, Crystal. Dr. Adeneye, that was a fantastic presentation too. I love it. All the people listening, I just want to share my personal experience. I am a retired teacher. I taught in Lagos State for 35 years. And about 70% of the 35 years of service was spent in the classroom. The first vision of a teacher that I had was that a teacher should not conform to the norm, especially in Africa. You should not conform to the norm because what we call the norm is aberration. When I started teaching in Lagos in 1993, all the materials that were handed over to me were out of date. I could not just understand them. For instance, how can you ask a teacher to conduct only one assessment in a term for the student?
Wow.
Only one.
Wow.
Whereas, when I was in the university, I was fortunate to meet a professor. I studied the English language, and at every encounter, there were tests. We call them spot tests. When the prof has just taught us a concept, he will say, spot test. He will ask immediate question. I adapted that to my classroom. And the tool the government gave me to record the work of the children does not have a column for that. How will I function as a teacher? I had to develop my own tool, my own assessment tool, to the extent that in a term of 12, 13 weeks, I will have conducted more than 40, 50 tests in that term. I now sit down with my students to decide on which date we will record. They are the one that will suggest dates. It's not me. They will just pick date hypothetically. Maybe one on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, the next week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, the next one, Monday, Tuesday. They were the one that will suggest. And we'll write those dates down. And then they will open their notes and I will record it down in the class. The truth of the matter is that to be a functional teacher in Africa, you have to do things in an innovative way. Unfortunately, when I was very active in a classroom, technology was scarce. But nonetheless, by the grace of God, I was one of the two teachers and the principal of the school that introduced computer studies into the curriculum of the school. It was never there. It was never there. I was excited when that lady was talking. You know, teaching is passion. And for every person listening this morning, I want you to redefine who you are. You are not a math teacher or English teacher or chemistry teacher or Yoruba teacher. But first, you are a teacher teaching mathematics, teacher teaching English, teacher teaching whatever. If you see yourself as a math teacher, the whole thing that crowds your head is, I'm to teach mathematics. Anything that has to do with innovation is not my problem. So, talking about government, I am not happy to tell you that government presently may not be able to help at the rate at which we want it. The last 10 years of my service with the government, I worked in the office as a policy maker and an implementer of policies in education in Lagos. And let me encourage that teacher before I move on. The teacher that introduced computer studies in our school for children to write WASC, that was a fantastic one. That was the same thing I did in Lagos State Government College, K2Ekpe, between 1993 and 1996. 1996, I won the Best Teacher Award in Lagos because of that innovation and several other things that I did. I was the one that redesigned the continuous assessment booklet that Lagos State uses presently, because the one I made before was very scanty and it was partial. I faced a lot of pushback from my colleagues. They called me different names. I never bothered. I knew where I was going. I knew the changes that needed to be effected, and I went ahead with it. So when I found myself at the corridor of policy making and implementation, I was so happy to look for teachers who were thinking like myself. And I was able to engage with the Honorable Commissioner for Education and permanent secretaries that there was a need for us to redefine education management. It was in one of those programs that I met Dr. Patrick that we are working together today. Because when I saw something that resonates with my mindset, I don't pretend. It's pretense. They will kill your idea with bureaucracy. And another word for bureaucracy to me is wickedness and insolence. So please, those teachers, I want each of you to transform your school. Let them know a teacher is there. Let them know there is somebody who is doing something differently. What you are doing may not be popular. You don't need to be popular when you are doing something right, because you are thinking out of the box, and you should not expect support from your immediate environment. Now, going back to the support thing, like I said, let Madam Success see how successful is your effort in your school. Something needs to throw you out. Something needs to make you known. Something have to throw you up. People need to ask, what is wrong with that teacher? If nobody is talking about you, I don't know. When I was in the classroom or even in public service, if people are not talking about me, who should they be talking about? Let that happen.
Exactly.
Create a niche for yourself.
Absolutely.
Look around the people that are solving problems. They are the people that are helping the society. Yes. Don't just be comfortable with earning salaries and just going alone. Do things that your spirit is telling you to do. There is always a way. In fact, there are ways where there is what do I call it? Where there is a vision. So if you make up your mind to do something, there will be many ways. Help will begin to come. When we started computer thing, like you said, we raised it at the PTA meeting, and parents began to raise their hand to provide desktop for us. Some parents rose. I remember Dr. I've forgotten his name now. His wife, family, they don't like computers.
Yes, sir.
So please, go on with what you are doing first.
Thank you so much.
GMind team will come to the school, then I can guide on how you can engage the government. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
God bless
you. Thank you so much, Mr. DM. I appreciate it.
I would just want to charge us. By the end of 2025, we're not saying that we'll have actually changed the whole education landscape in Nigeria, but we'll have actually played that part. Are you going to join us? That's the clarion call. You have to be willing to actually, challenge yourself to do what others will not do. Your whole call is for you to be a global teacher because you want to raise global relevant students. Yes, it's not going to come easy. That's it. So if you think that it's going to come so easy, then we'll always be deceiving ourselves. It's not really going to come that easy. But we just need to be ready to face it. So many of us, to get to where we are today, we didn't go through the easy route, the easy route, the easy route that a lot of people have actually taken. But today, we thank God for where we are. So I'm also challenging us that, yes, join us in this journey, and let's see where we can get to at the end of this year. We have the link of our community in the chat. A lot we can discuss together. Trainings, freebies, different type of things that we actually discuss and we do in the community. So please find the link in the chat and join, and we'll continue the conversation there. All right. Thank you so much.
Mr. Pepper, my time is up for Q&A, right?
Absolutely. Honestly, more than up.
Wow. Only one question. Wow.
We're still going to come back.
That's fine. It's okay. I have LD in the house, so.
Okay. I've been waiting for him so much, and then we are glad to have him. Please, in case you have any question, check into the chat box there. You will see a link to our WhatsApp group. Please kindly join the WhatsApp group and ask your questions. We'll be there to answer you. Quickly, let's have someone we've been waiting for. I've been asking, and here now he's in the house. I can see we can spotlight him. That is Remy Dairo. He's the CEO Productive Plus LLC. We'll be talking on productivity in the age of AI, rethinking how educators work and thrive. And you don't want to miss that. I mean, this should answer a whole lot of our questions here. So I'm going to be reading his profile quickly. Remy Dairo is Africa's leading voice on productivity and innovation, serving as president of the Institute of Productivity and Business Innovation Management, IPBIM. He's a key player in developing the future of education and productivity management across Africa. Remy founded the School of Productivity in 2007, now IPVIN with the personal, I beg your pardon, please, with global partnership and thousands of alumni worldwide. A UK certified life coach with a diploma in workspace psychology and NLP certification. His influence spans education, business, strategy, and public sector transformation. Over the last 15 years, he has led over 700 projects with top institutions like Microsoft, Chevron, GT Bank, Covenant University, and Nigerian government. He is the creator of the Personal Productivity Program, PPP, author of several productivity-focused books, and a respected advisor on innovation policy. As the only African to speak at the World Productivity Congress in Bahrain 2017, and the later African #1 productivity expert by Evan Carmichael, Remy is fondly known as Mr. Productivity. Through coaching, media, and global speaking engagement, he continues to empower individuals, government, and organizations to thrive in the future of work and learning. Welcome to your future. Welcome to your opportunity to learn from Remy Dairo. Please give it up for him in the chat box there as we welcome the man that we've been waiting for, Remy Dairo. Please take it up from there, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate everybody here. Thank you. It's been an awesome time. So I had the wrong time in mind. I was preparing for 12 Central Time. Very, very funny. That doesn't happen all the time. I speak in Nigeria, I speak in America. So sometimes this time zone just... So I was really prepared for 12, Central Time. Whoa! It's 12, West African time. I'm sorry. I would have been here. But anyway, I'm happy I've joined earlier too. I'm able to hear some of the questions. I'm able to, hear the perspective where some of our teachers were coming from. And I say, well done to Mr. and Mrs. Ojo for giving us such a great opportunity and good product for our teachers to increase in productivity, to increase in the capacity of what they do, and then making lives better for Nigerians and for the world. All right, because teachers also taught us, and today we are impacting the world through a teacher that taught us, back. So I'm not going to do a technical presentation or do more of a formal presentation. I'm going to make it more practical oriented, and I want you guys to be very close to your chat box so that if I'm asking question, you can quickly answer them. So quickly, I'm going to go this way because I have limited time. How many teachers do you think has taught you in your life? Can you quickly put it on the chat box? How many teachers do you think have taught you in your life? How many teachers? Just put it there quickly. This is a fast finger. How many teachers do you think have taught you in your life? Quickly drop in your life from primary school to university, college of education, polytechnic, whatever way you've gone to. 40, some say 50. Okay, quickly. I want to see numbers there. Number 40. How many teachers have taught you? 50. Oh, 20. I don't know which school you went to. I have plenty of teachers that have taught me. All right, not less than 70. Thank you. Somebody's getting it. Teachers who have taught you from primary school, from secondary school, some 50 and above. Some I can't even mention. Okay, very good. Someone's around 100. Fantastic. All right. Now, listen. Stop typing again. Stop typing. How many teachers can you remember in your life that taught you that you can call great teachers? How many great teachers can you remember? I remember this person. In my primary school, I remember this person. How many can you remember their name? Now, 4, 5, 5, 10, 2, 5, 6. From primary school, 2. Fantastic. All right. Good. We are getting there. Now, thank you. I know. Yeah, 1. Somebody even said 1. Wow. 10. All right. Look at the dynamics. When we are explaining the numbers of teachers that have taught us in our lives, somebody say 100. Somebody say 50. Somebody say 70. Right? But we are saying, how many teachers will you call a great teacher? Who can you remember in your life? The number dropped. Now, quickly, can you drop the names of those teachers you cannot forget in a long time? Drop their name, drop their name, drop their names. Don't worry, I'm looking at my time. Drop their names. Yes, I can remember Mr. Olofela in primary school. I cannot forget that man for my life. I think he's old or he's dead now. I can't forget. Auntie Yinka in UI. Auntie Yinka taught me in UI. Yeah, we call her Auntie Yinka. They still call her Auntie Yinka till now. She, yes, thank you. Yes, I cannot forget. Yes. 3 people. Mrs. Dupe, Akinwumi. Can you imagine? 3, 4 names. Fantastic. Can you imagine? See the practical thing now. Thank your biology teacher. Thank you. I can't also forget the person who taught me how to write. I can't forget in my life. Old man now, but I can't forget. Okay, now, hold on. Now, hold on. Can you give me characteristics of these persons? What is unique about them? Why did you remember them? Why did you remember these 4 names out of 70, out of 100, out of so much passion? Thank you. Passion. Yeah, somebody's getting it. Yeah. What are the things that made you to remember these people? They were kindness too. Okay. Kindness. Okay. Leave the subject. Empathy. Thank you. Empathy. Thank you. Selflessness. Thank you. Patience. Thank you. Care. Simplicity. All right. The final question. I'm looking at my time. Thank you. Patience, discipline, passion. Everybody stop writing. Stop writing right now. Stop writing. In 10 years' time, they are doing this same webinar for your students. Would your name appear? In 10 years' time, 2035, they are doing this same webinar. And they are saying, your student today should mention the names of their teacher that they will never forget. Would your name appear on their chat box? Guys, you are not teachers. And that is the wrong mentality we've carried over the years. And that has reduced your power. You are a transforming agent. Guys, you are not teaching mathematics. No. And I think the former person almost took my slide. I said, no, you can't do that. You are not English teacher. You are not a social study teacher or a economics teacher. No, you are a transformer. You are a transforming agent. And in few years to come, students will remember or not remember you again. Just like I can't remember some teachers. I can't even remember some teachers again in my life. I couldn't even remember. So if you think your role as a teacher is to teach, then AI will not make any sense to you. They are not empowering us. There's no lights. There's no laptop. Would I kill myself? And if I will speak the way we say it in the palace, in a way, we say, will I kill myself? Am I government? I will teach them what I can teach them. Anybody who can't do this, you go, is your problem, is your life. Today, I'm in America. I'm remembering Olufela. I'm remembering Auntie Funke. I call them auntie. These are teachers who call auntie, not teachers. Till today, I call them Auntie Funke. I call them Auntie Yinka. Auntie Yinka taught me in UI. Many lecturers who taught me in UI, I cannot forget Auntie Funke. Auntie Yinka. And many lecturers taught me in JSS, in the SS, I cannot forget Auntie Funke. We still talked last week. It's in America now. I treat her like a mother. But the question is, in 10, 20 years' time, they are doing the same program. Will your name appear? Your name will not appear if you are just a teacher teaching them subject. Subject will go, student will move on. Do you know our student know more than us? Do you know by the power of AI, your student can be more wiser than you, and you think because you are holding the chalk or because you are holding the pen, you are the most powerful? No. So quickly, let me dovetail. If they will mention your name again in 10 years' time, if they remember you in 20 years' time, or I'll be 52 in October, I'll still remember those teachers as if I'm still in their class. That means something must have happened to me in their classroom more than teaching me the subjects they taught me. So number 1, write it down. You are a transformer, a transforming agent. Number 2, you are a destiny builder. Number 3, you are a path. You are a path giver, or a path giver. The kind of path giver. I mean, you create a path for your students.
Absolutely.
I know that those days I used to write very terribly. Mr. Olufela will call me, Remy, no, this is not how to write. If you must make in the future, you must take care of this, take care of this. Those things I took care is helping me today. He created a path for me. I know I was a terrible speaker. I talk too much. So I feel so much. But I think I told me, no, Remy, no, you have to have structure. You have to have this. Today, I'm a speaker. I speak around the world. I cannot forget the person who taught me how to speak. I know I can be very stubborn. Another name I have is stubborn. They beat me. I'm under the table. I'll put papers on my bum. They will beat me. Mr. Olufela will remove the paper. He will beat me very well and say, if you must make it in life, if you must make it in life. And he kept saying that. Today, all those things Mr. Olufela taught me, they are waving way for me. But if I can't even remember the subject they taught me. So you are a transforming agent, a destiny builder, you are a pave maker. So what do you do with AI? Number 1, what is the purpose? What do I want to achieve with my students? There must be purpose. There must be purpose. I want to impact them with life. So you are beyond mathematics. Are you bringing something that will impact their lives? Then, guys, let's go to ChatGPT. Leave the subject off today. Let's talk about life. Can you use ChatGPT to solve their personal life? What's going on with you? Let me teach you something. Check this. This is the prompt. Let me give you this prompt. Let's use Success Ojo's new AI that brought into. Let's use AI. Let's use this. Use it to solve their problem. Number 2, because of my time, people. What kind of people are you dealing with? Some are in Ijebu, some are in Ekpe, some are in Lagos. Different kind of people. Let the AI be people-centric. Who are we using this for? It will help you to solve their problem. People in Ekpe cannot be the same people in Isaleko. Therefore, customize it to Ekpe people. People in Ibadan, Okeari teacher there cannot be the same with people teaching in Lekki. Customize it. Number 3, power. AI will give you power. And what is power? Information is power. So don't use AI as only what to teach. Use it as to empower yourself, to build capacity. Power. You need power. You need something to show your student that you have something to teach them. That is, you have to get the power through information, through the use of this AI, tools. Number 4, you have to plan. There must be pre-planning. You must have a time for the students. You must have a one-on-one with them. There must be plan. This student is very slow. When I have 3 kids, one is very hyperactive. Is not as academic, as fantastic as the second one. The third one is the mixture of the mom and me. But I told the teacher, don't compare them. No. Say this one, you are not like no. Any student that is hyperactive, you don't know how to communicate, then you are a failure. The student is not a failure. Students don't fail. You as a teacher, you are a failure. If students fail in your class, you failed because you don't know how to use the power of education, how to use the power of teaching, how to use the style of teaching to appeal to that student. You might have 40 students in your class. You must have 40 different styles of communicating it. Yes, there must be a general communication. But you know what? You can use the AI to ask, how do I teach somebody who is very slow? How do I teach somebody who jumps? Who jumps, who is very hyperactive? There are ways. Every time is not the time you write on the board. Sometimes you have to go out and play with the student. Anyway, I'm taking my time. The next one, because time, I'm wrapping up. I'm doing 7.
We're actually going to bring you back. We must teachers, we must have this section again. If you agree with you, put it on the chat that we should have another section. Maybe next month or thereabouts, we're going to have another section.
All right, no problem. Maybe I should just stop right now so that I don't take time. I know already. So thank you very much. I need to stop right away. We'll take it from there next time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God. On a scale of 1 to 5, it's not quite for 1 minute. On a scale of 1 to 5, how has it been since morning we started? Put it on the comments. 5 being the greatest and 1 being the lowest. On a scale of 1 to 5. Please, let's have it in the chat so that we know if we should have this program again. Beautiful. Beautiful. People are giving us 5. Beautiful. Somebody even said that it is hot. Oh my God, this is the best program I've attended. Some people have sent me personal messages. Thank you so much. Definitely, we're going to come again. We're going to come again. Like we told you, before the end of the year, we want to make sure that we have taught over 500,000 teachers. And we need you to actually work with us. Mr. Kwefa, go ahead.
All right. My boss will agree that I've been sending messages. It's remember how I don't even know what I've been making me to say. I never knew him. I'm meeting him for the first time, but something has just been knocking my head to say no. But I must see this man. He must talk. Because I read his
energetic.
I can see productivity here, full of energy. So I've been looking for Mr. Productivity. All right, thank you very much. Sincerely, it's a beautiful time. Yes, a beautiful time. You have taken a lot of your time. We promised to stop at 2 p.m. But this is 20 minutes, but it is 20 minutes. It's worth it. It is 20 minutes transforming you. It's 20 minutes that's even shifted the paradigm in your head. And I believe come Monday, you are no longer the same teacher that left the school on Friday. You start counting now. When am I? What am I doing differently? How am I becoming the anti-Yinka of my own students? Yes, anti-Yinka. Nobody will forget that in a hurry now. Okay, I think we should just be rounding off now. If I'm permitted, where is my program? I would just love to just call on the COO and the co-founder. Okay, I think, Doctor, if there is any other thing to do, we should just round up.
Okay, let me just.
I would take. Okay, let's take your call to action. I thought you did that during your speech.
Okay, please give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. All right. Our time is actually.
All right, 2 minutes. Yeah. Time starts now. Permit me to.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I want to actually appreciate Krista. Thank you so much for actually obliging us, for coming, for sharing. We so much appreciate your wealth of knowledge. Mr. Productivity, I was thinking you were going to share that teaching brought you to America, the whole of your family, teaching productivity. And a whole lot of them that I know. We all stay together here in Houston. And I'm telling you, have no name all my life. It's just, you keep on, charging the world and keep on moving people towards productivity. And Mr. Dairo, we're going to have you again. We want to learn from you. And the next time we're going to have you, we're going to give you time. We're going to give you time. Sorry. Yeah. And Dr. Patrick, hey, we have work to do. We have work to do. We must actually support our teachers. We must bring the products, all this beautiful products, closer to the teachers, bring capacity building closer to the teachers, and also support. And at the same time, work closely with the government to ensure that, yes, we cannot do it alone, to ensure that there is sustainability and also scalability of everything we want to actually do. Yeah, please, if you have not joined our community, join. We cannot answer all your questions. I've seen a lot of questions. So we're going to actually create a kind of like, let me say, town hall meeting, for us to just sit around, candlelight, and have all this conversation. And at the same time, bring support, training, opportunities closer to you. We cannot do that. We cannot stay on this call throughout the day. But we can actually lounge together at the community. And from time to time, we can just say, hey, are you there? We can train ourselves. We can give ourselves different opportunities. So please, if you have not joined our community, find the link of the chat and please join the community and we'll be able to take you through. Yeah, we've seen your questions, but we want to assure you we're going to answer all the questions. We're going to answer it at the community. So please, we are virtually challenging. Be a global teacher. You've seen another global teacher. He was actually teaching in Nigeria. That is Mr. Dario. And I know, at least I know more than 20 of them. That you have said that you are too good not to be in our community, not to be, and you is actually all their family, not only them, everybody. So like I said, if you are a global teacher, you will attract, you and your student, not only your student, you will attract global opportunities. And what does global opportunity gives you? It gives you increase in income, better life, connections. So you cannot afford to stay local. Please, it's not all about just using tools. It's all about mastering the tools, using it effectively in the class to enhance, amplify learning outcomes. And at the same time, when you achieve it, please don't keep silent. Share it. Be visible, so that you can actually continue to attract more opportunity. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll continue on the community. It's okay, I hope I'll just spend 1 minute.
It's worth it. Okay, let me call on Dr. Lucia Ojo to give us both of things.
I think she already covered my role, right? So she already covered that part. I don't want to keep us, longer here. I appreciate all the speakers. Honestly, you've spiked our educators here. And I know starting from Monday, when they get to that classroom, things will change. And the whole Nigeria will know that they are producing educators that are well-informed, innovative, and full of productivity. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you. Thank you for making this event a success. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. You didn't do product demo. I will fire you. You didn't do product demo. Please, in 2 minutes.
We'll find a way around it.
In 2 minutes. Can we just show what GMind AI looks like? Olukule, are you here? In 2 minutes. We're going to release.
Olukule sent me a message that is not.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm here, sir.
Just share.
Thank you very much, everyone. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. So I'm going to be sharing my screen and
for you so that I can give you access. Okay, I have to post it.
Okay. All right. Can we all see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
All right. So this is GMind AI. Somebody was asking the other time that
GMind AI, sir. Can you check what you are sharing?
Oh, okay.
But 2 minutes is counting.
Oh, I'm here now. Oh, how about now?
Yes, you are sharing GMind AI.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, everyone. This is GMind AI platform. We have over 40 tools on this platform. And I want you to know very much importantly that GMind is not yet an app-based. It's currently web-based. So if you want to access GMind, of course, you go to your Google Chrome or any of your web browser, type in www.gmind.ai. So you find all of this here. We have our format chart and we have our lazy chart. Just explore, you see what GMind can do over there. For those of us who have been using ChatGPT, there's something much more we do with GMind. There's something much more we do with GMind that is different from what ChatGPT will do. For example, if I ask GMind, what is osmosis? What is osmosis? What is osmosis? And activate the smart search. What GMind is going to do for you is that it's going to give you both relevant images, it will give you sources, it will give you data, and it will also give you, of course, videos, relevant videos that you can use to take or teach your people in class. Can you say this? Relevant images, sources, as much as you want, definitions of terms, and of course, relevant videos down here. Of course, we have in our writer journey, we have different kind of tools for teacher's notes, lesson pilot, letter writer, advanced article writer. For the advanced article writer, it helps you write articles.
We'll continue.
Of course. Advanced article writer can help you write up to 5,000 words articles. We have student resource, we have note summarizer. Somebody was asking, how can we help students pass the exam more? We can help them by helping them summarize the class notes. And of course, math solver, quiz, and all of that. Educator resource, we have lesson planner, syllabus generator, learning activity, and the likes. And of course, finally, we have our toolkit where you can have our data insight tools, transcriber, and we have, of course, speech synthesizer and image generator. I think I'll stop here. If you're part of our community, you will be able to see more that we can do. Thank you very much.
So we train every week, twice a week. So join the community. We're going to train you how to use what we presently have on GMind AI. And like I told you, in 2 weeks, we are releasing My Class Hub. My Class Hub, where you can invite your students into a kind of learning hub. You can have your content management system there where you can give them content in real time. They can have access to it in 24/7. You can give them quiz, you can give them assignment. We also have live class feature. You can actually have a kind of live class with them on any device and at any time. We're also releasing assessment hub where you can use to analyze, evaluate your student learning gaps, and also GMind AI will help you to create a personalized helping guide for that or learning part for your students. And the beautiful one, we have our study pile AI tutor for learners. Oh my God, please join the community because next week we are going to demo all this. I'm also going to give the first set of users to have access to this too. Study pile, work with the students to guide them. We'll talk to them. We'll break down concepts. We also give them, questions. That particular subject, how they asked it in WAHEC, in GCE, I don't know if you still do GCE, JAM, whatever like that. So we're releasing Study Pal like a personalized AI tutor for students. And all this, I assure you, by this time next month, you're going to have all that on GMind AI. Please explore GMind AI, www.gmind.ai, and ensure you join our community because in the community, we're going to train you, we're going to support you, and at the same time, we have a lot of freebies for you. Thank you so much for joining this meeting. We so much appreciate you. And I believe that, you all said we should do it again. Some people said we should be doing it every week. Don't worry. We discuss all that in the community. We just continue to launch together and we'll have more of this. So thank you so much for having us. From everybody at GMind AI, we appreciate you. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. So much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.